moored up for the evening, back in Castlebury Park today, but very pleased to report that today was much better in terms of the weather than yesterday. So that's really not been too bad. It was probably another 8 hours or just under maybe, because I stopped for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, to go and have coffee at the house of a very lovely couple that I met yesterday, who hailed me down at the lock, Iron Bridge lock, back where I actually am. I've just come through that before mooring up, and they said, "Are you running again?" And so we chatted for a bit, and it turned out that they had a booking that I'd had to cancel at Christmas, and they invited me in for coffee today. So that was really nice. So lovely to meet them. So that was a much appreciated interlude in my day of cruising. I think I've done 9 locks today, and everything just takes ages. But it's fine because it hasn't rained, and it's been really quite pleasant. So I'm just making some dinner now. It's nothing to write home about. Scrambled eggs on toast. But it's good. That is all I need, because it's already nearly 8:30. So that's something nice and quick and easy. Another reason that I wanted to use the summer holidays to just get out on the boat and to sort of really get organised with the boat, which is what I've been sort of slowly doing over the last probably month, 6 weeks, something like that, is because I'm starting cruises again. Officially, piano boat events are reopening in October. So I thought I really need to sort of get my head around things, because there's still quite a lot which Massa dealt with and wasn't my problem, but is now very much my problem. So it's just been a matter of kind of doing things with the boat and then working it out as I go, because I can't think of everything if I don't know what I'm looking for. So it's been really good to get out on the boat, to actually get confident with skippering it and steering and using the wheel, because we did start off with the tiller right when we first got the boat, but with the cruises we found, or Massa found, that you're sort of sweeping, because the arc of the tiller is so wide that it's very difficult for people to then sit out on the deck. So it's more convenient when we've got guests on board to be using the wheel. So the tiller hasn't been used actually for quite a long time, and he found also that the vibrations of the engine through the tiller made his hands a little bit numb. So he actually preferred using the wheel when he had to go and play the piano afterwards. Anyway, all that to say that yes, I'm starting cruises again in October, which is pretty momentous, I would say. There's been a lot to think about. There is still a lot to think about. It will be quite different to the cruises that Massa and I ran, because I wanted to do something that was a departure from that, so that it didn't feel for me like I was just doing the same thing but with a different musician. So I've spoken to a good friend, Graham Caskey, who worked with Massa, and they were really close friends for quite some years. And he has agreed to do the first two, which will be one in October and one in November. So I'm starting, just easing into it, really, starting very slowly with just doing one in October and November, two in December, and then I'm starting to plan next year as well. So it will be a different kind of cruise, and it was Graham's suggestion actually to call them Moments Musicaux, which is a lovely reference to Rachmaninoff. Massa recorded Rachmaninoff's Moments Musicaux, and obviously the boat is called Rachmaninoff, so it seemed like a really nice link back to that, which I thought was a fantastic idea. And there'll be at least the first two will be run in the evening. It will have the music running as a thread throughout the cruise, so we'll have a number of short performances, and Graham will talk about the pieces that he's going to play, and we'll have drinks and refreshments, canapes, in between the musical moments. So I am looking forward to it, and I'm glad that it's different, because it feels like I can sort of throw myself into the planning of it, because there's a lot that I need to think about, because it'll be something that I haven't done before. So I am glad of that. You know, the afternoon tea cruises may have their place again, that may come round at some point, but not at the moment. I'm not ready to start making sandwiches again without Massa to come and scrounge the leftovers. So maybe that will happen in the future. But starting with this, starting slowly and just easing back into it. And I think the important thing for me is just to get started, and then it will probably evolve and develop, and ideas will come out of running it. So it's all happening now, and I always had in my mind that the kind of the 1 year mark would be a benchmark to maybe start to open up again. So this will be just over a year since Massa passed. He passed in September last year, and so it'll be almost exactly 13 months later, which is about right, I think. 13 months sounds like a long time, but it's, in one sense, I can't believe that much time will have passed. I mean, I can't believe that it's almost a year now. I actually don't understand how that's happened, but anyway, a lot's happened in that time. And this is another first. There are still lots of firsts. And it's been good. It's been a good challenge to embrace, and I really am now looking forward to welcoming people back on board again, to having guests on board, to running the cruises, to having that role as organizer and host, because I did really enjoy it. And although a large part of the joy was in running it with Massa, I feel that I will be able to get into it. I think, as I said, it just needs to start, and then hopefully it will just go, if that makes sense.